Well, my name is Stephen Brewer. I'm the managing director of the Old Opera House. I've been here for a little over 7 years. This beautiful facility was built in 1910 by Annie G. Packett, who raised $50,000 and hired a Washington architect to build the new Opera House at that point, is what it was called. And the facility is very much like you would have seen it in 1910.
This is really a theater. From the very beginning, it was a theater. Many groups everywhere put together a theater in a lumber yard or something. But Annie G. Packett in 1909, a local woman, decided she wanted a Center for the Arts. And that's what she put together. And that's what it's become. In those early days, some of the shows were pretty funny. It would be tragic stories like The Struggle of the Human Heart. They had amateur dance contests. They had Chautauqua shows coming through. They had, I believe, the silent movies started in the 20s. So there were people that I remember speaking with years ago who remember coming here on a Saturday afternoon and paying 10 cents for a show.
At which point it went dark for several years, almost 30 years. And then in the early 1970s, it was taken over by the current theater company when they asked the current owners if they could clean it up. Because at that point, the Opera House was in quite a bit of decay.
It almost got torn down, and what an enormous undertaking the restoration was. When you read about how bad this theater was and how just, I think just hauling out tons and tons and tons of pigeon droppings before they could even start any renovations. It's just incredible that the people at that time had the vision and the foresight to say, no, let's not tear this building down, let's restore it, let's bring it back, and let's make it a theater again. I just think that a theater adds so much to a town. It just is a wonderful cultural asset that we certainly need and appreciate and enjoy.
We chose Charlestown as the place to retire for the Opera House. We're looking for a community theater, and we're amazed that we also found a community theater group that actually had a theater.
The community aspect of it has been particularly important to us. We moved to town 22 years ago, knowing nobody here, literally. And we joined the Opera House, and immediately we had a community of friends, people that we enjoyed and who were enjoying the same thing we were enjoying.
People would show up so shy, so intimidated, and sing or try to do a little bit of acting. But by opening night, they were completely and utterly terrified, but they were about to go on stage, and you saw the shift. At some point in the rehearsal, people don't know where they're supposed to go, they don't know what they're supposed to say, they're just slopping along, and then they get it.
At the end of the performance, you step back and go, wow, that was the best show that that I've had the opportunity to work on, and it's like there's nothing that it's going to top that. And then you turn around and you come back and you work on another show, and it's the same thing, that you go, wow, that was that was such a great, time that I had,
You get to make something which is really kind of, it's special, and I think a lot of people don't get the opportunity to do that. And that's one of the things that I really appreciate about community theater, is it gives people the opportunity to make something which people applaud. You come and that moment when the audience starts applauding, that's great. And even if you're not on stage for it, you can know I was involved somehow in that, and people are applauding it. They came and they enjoyed it.
This is a magical place. A lot of really special things happen here, mostly volunteer, and do some amazing things here with minimal people.
I hope with the Centennial, more people will show up for shows or participate in auditions. If you don't have the skill for that, you can do props. You can just be a part of it. And that's what will keep it lively and what will give it life for another 100 years.